and welcome again to this next part of Ars Electronica home delivery, again from our marvelous deep space, in English and with a special focus on artificial intelligence. My name is Sandra, and I'm going to show you 3 projects now here live from our deep space with regard to the topic of AI and with different focuses. So the first part will be 2 videos focusing on the creative aspect of what an AI system can do. Can it be creative or not? You have to decide after the projects, and what we can do with this. And the second part will be the third project. I'm going to show you more like the medical side and the usefulness of AI systems in our modern world. But let's back up a little bit. First of all, I'm going to show you a short video clip behind me in our Deep Space 8K from a very talented young artist from South Korea. Actually, he's called Yangkok Cho or Choi, and he thought about making a video that's unique. He called it Highway Like a Shooting Star, and what he did is as such very creative, because he just drove a car through different cities in the world, and he thought, that's not interesting enough. So he took an AI system he trained with different art styles and languages and sort of transferred this normal video driving through a city into various styles. And what I want to show you is actually one really close to home, to Ars Electronica's home. This first video is going to be shown from Linz. So everyone can recognize the famous streets here in Linz and where he's driving, at least the ones who are from here, who've been here regularly. And now it gets a little weird, because he chose a special style for each city for the AI to implement. So the AI recognized the shapes and tried to overlay this art style over the normal video projection. And as a bonus, he also implemented the language from each city, so in this case, of course, German. The AI created the dialogue here, so those are just some German phrases the AI thought would be a good idea to say in connection with Linz. I bet that's Linz as you've never seen before. That's for our first video. And the second one I'm going to show you right away is again a very creative project from Linz, from Ali Nikrang. He's our very special deep space and future lab guy, so to say. So he took a video that's very famous here in deep space, the Hahnenkamm-Abfahrt, the Streif. And this video is normally in 3D, but he thought we could do so much more with it than just showing it in 3D. So he again used a so-called style transfer from artificial intelligence system and transformed the Streif we all know and love into something else entirely. I'm gonna pause the video for a second before we start off here. So how is this possible? What did Ali Nikrang do? Well, he took the video we had from the Streif, the skier skiing down this slope, and overlaid it again with different art styles. In this case, 3 very distinctive art styles we all know, I'm sure. In case, I just want to show you the first art style here we have on the floor by Wassily Kandinsky. It's called Composition Number 8 from 1923, and it's quite a famous piece of art. It's a masterpiece of his style, so to say. And Ali Nikrang decided we could use his mastery of lines, of forms, of edges, of circles, and transfer it onto this video we all know from the Streif. Let's take a look. So this first part is all done in in Wassily Kandinsky's style. How is this possible? Well, the AI was trained with pictures from Vasily Kandinsky to recognize his unique way of using forms and structures. And in order to recognize those styles, of course, it has to be trained with hundreds of pictures. And now it can recognize edges, turns, curves, and much more. You can think of an AI system like a child, sort of, learning how to recognize certain patterns. And now we switch to an entirely different pattern. Maybe you can show it again on the floor. We have a very famous painting again, now from several decades later, from Roy Lichtenstein, Kiss number 4 from 1962. So the artwork changed completely on the video as well. And again, it had to recognize the specific way of drawing, of coloring that this artist used in order to make this video as we see here. I don't know if you recognize where we are. I don't watch slides that often, but I think we're close to the last third. And also the last piece of artwork Adeline Frank implemented into this project. Here we are. So the style once more changed. There's a lot of yellow going on and some blue. And maybe some of you have recognized this style already. Maybe on the floor we can see once more the image that was used for creating this last part, the Simpsons. So we've arrived at present contemporary art style, so to say. They're pretty iconic, so it was a good idea to use this for this iconic slope and combine them. Which was quite a task actually, because as I said in the beginning, the Streif video is 3D normally, but he managed to make it also in 2D and in much higher quality than the original. All right. So this is for the creative aspect of artificial intelligence. Is the AI itself creative, or did we teach it to be creative? It's an interesting moral dilemma, so to say, a philosophical question, because it does not recognize as such that they are the Simpsons and they have like emotional connections with this art style. It just learned the lines, the colors, and the style itself, but it does not necessarily know how to be creative. Interesting discussion question. And one last use of AI I want to show you, and we are going to move away from the artistic approach here to the approach in medicine. So what I'm going to show you next is called the physician's colleague. It was developed by the Fraunhofer Mewis Institute. Maybe some of you know it. They have a lot of research going on also with regard to artificial intelligence. And this project should show how an artificial intelligence can help everyday lives of patients and doctors. So I'm going to move away from the picture a little bit so that you can see it. So what we have here is one doctor analyzing a patient's data. In this case, the woman is the doctor and the man is the patient. And after years and years of study, of looking through thousands of pages of data, of research, this woman knows, okay, there's something going on here, there's a problem. She recognized the medical issue. And we assume she did so correctly, of course, because she has so much background, so much training. So what happens if we take this knowledge that one physician, one doctor has, and combine it with others? That's the idea of the physician's colleague. So we take all this training data that a doctor has analyzed, we think correctly in most cases, of course, and collect it. You see that over her head now? That's all her knowledge she has on certain diagnoses, for example, on certain issues with the body we know of. And all that knowledge is, of course, in her head. But if we combine it with hundreds of thousands of other physicians, of other doctors, as you see on top here, we get some like something like an all-knowing doctor, a digital doctor, to make diagnosis and to deliver exact results. And the more doctors participate in this collection, the more accurate this AI system will become. This also shows the connections it can make here. How an AI system can work, like with layers and layers of information. It can use its own layers to analyze data and to give a precise output. And for example, do like a medical diagnosis of what would be the best treatment. So why is this helpful? Well, such an AI system can analyze pictures much faster and more accurate even than an expertly trained doctor can. It can analyze thousands of pictures simultaneously. That's much faster than any human, and can help, so to say, predict what would be the best treatments and suggest maybe an operation or treatments or anything, but it's just a suggestion. So this AI system, collecting knowledge from thousands of doctors, should not replace them. No, it should help them. It should support them in their decision making and make life a little bit easier, especially when it comes to being able to treat more and more patients every day. So you see now, AI can be used in different ways. This is just one idea. There are lots of others ideas as well from the medical field. So, I don't know if we have more light. Okay. Otherwise, this will be my part for today, and I hope I got you some small glimpse into this AI system complexity, what it can do, how creative it can be, or how much it can help us in our everyday lives. Thank you for tuning in today, and I hope you're going to stay for the last part of today at 7 p.m. There will be another live video here. Thank you very much and have a good afternoon. Goodbye.